Hi everyone, welcome to Lunch with Laura. I wanted to let you know that Louisiana has been in the deep freeze this week. It was 18 yesterday and 20 the day before. So I'm wearing all of my sweaters that I save for when it's really cold, which isn't that often. So I hope you're staying warm wherever you are. I've got something I want to share with you before we get to our project. My sister, now I want to say this and make this clear. My sister's turning 80, but I am the baby of the family and I am way younger. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, I wanted to show you what I did for her birthday. This project is not quite finished. This is from the Painted Lavender set, the paper, and I have a few little sprigs of Lost Lagoon and then some flowers that I'm going to put right here. But Connie Stewart, who's one of our wonderful demonstrators, had this this little box that she makes when she gives people cards. And it has a little flap here that opens up. And what she does, she puts a flap here where your stamps could go, or your address labels or whatever, and then your stamps in here. And it's actually quite sturdy because of the layers, and then the box is fairly sturdy there. It will hold probably 4 cards with envelopes. You could probably get more in there. I have her birthday card in here, and obviously it won't fit in an envelope, so I'm going to be putting this in a postal box and sending it on. But the card was made by Patty Bennett, another one of our demonstrators that we just love, and everybody shares, so it's always so much fun to find things and try them. So this is a milestone birthday card is what she calls it. And so I put happy birthday with 80th there, happy 80th birthday. I put a lot of glitz on the front. And then what you do is, for counting up to 80, I have 8 candles on each page. And then at the back, I have candles with wishing you the brightest birthday, and the light up the sky stamp set was used with fireworks and embossed. Now, I laid this out and it hung off my 4-foot table, so it's a little over 5 feet long if you stretch it out, which you won't be able to see if I do that. So I'm just going to go through and show you what I added. Patty didn't have all the words and things, so I added a little bit of this. And the page, I may do a tutorial on this because it's just too cute not to share. And the flames came from one of our punches. So I put hugs, celebrate, added with some pearls, cheers. I really went kind of cuckoo. I went through everything I had and pulled out sayings and different shapes. You are so loved. Happy birthday. This is from an older set. I think it's Approaching Perfection. And I love this saying. It says, newsflash, birthdays found to be good for health. Studies show that people who have more birthdays live the longest. And this one says, wishing you the best birthday ever. So what if you're a year older? You're fabulous. And then this one, love you more than coffee, chocolate, cocktails. And then I'm going to use the back here to write my message. So I'm going to try to get that off today so that she'll get it in time for her birthday. Now, let me show you what I want to share with you today. This little card holder. We have in the mini catalog, we have a set of dies that are standalone. They do not have a stamp set that goes with them, but they are just adorable. And I was looking to see what page they were on. It's called the Mini Pocket Die. Did I lie about that? Is that in celebration? I'll leave on my website where you can find this. I thought it was right here. But anyway, it is a real fun little thing to play with. This is, in fact, I have a sheet here. Let me show you, because I like to go through so I can show my customers what the dies look like, because sometimes they're hard to figure out. Oops, there goes one of my stamps. So the dies look like this when they're cut out. So this would be the one that makes the little pocket. This little piece right here is for making the bow. This is the ribbons that are on the bow. So this is what it looks like when you put it all together, the little bow and the ribbon underneath. It also comes with some leaves, which I did use on that card for my sister because I needed some smaller flames. It has an oval little label punch, a scalloped one that we're going to use today, a square one, and then it has these little odd pieces. Okay, well, there's a tag, right? A little tiny tag right here. And this, I didn't do it on this card, but we're going to do it when I show it to you. This punches two little round pieces. Actually, they're together, and you fold it over and then punch holes, and it goes on your card for the little flap. And then there was this little gizmo, which you can punch your hole with it, or you can do a little slot. So see, it's hard to figure these out sometimes, so that's why I do this, and it helps me and it helps my customers. Okay, let's get on with our little card holder. And there it is, right there. I'm going to put this up just a wee bit higher. Okay. Now, when you go to cut this out, you need to cut about, I did it at 4 1/4, and I mean it was hugging the edges. So I would cut your paper at 4 1/2 by 5 1/2, just to have a little extra room. So I've already cut this out for you to see. It has little scallops on the front and the back of the little envelope. And Then it has score lines that are kind of hard to see. But there's one right here, and then there's one here and one here. And that is so you can fold it up like so. Fold it over. And I found that tear and tape worked better. This is a little tiny bit wider than the area. So what I did was, I'll show you when I peel it off. If a little's hanging over, it might obstruct the card sliding in and out. So what I did, I always like to burnish the edge. It just makes it peel off and separate from the stickum. So there you have that. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but it is just slightly over the adhesive, or if you get it off a little bit. And I just take my finger and just kind of roll it so that it's not going to stick where it shouldn't. And then here's this one. Then all you do is match up your edges. Now remember, tear and tape is not forgiving, so you want to be sure you get it where it is supposed to be. And mine was slightly off, but you can fix that. Okay, so there is your little envelope. Now, on the one that I made for a sample, I did not fold over the edge like you would a little envelope. So on this one, we're going to do that. And what I'm going to do is take some of our, and I'm having to use my big, I had a malfunction with my mini. The handle came off, which sometimes happens, and I'll have to let you know the fix for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this little flap over there. Then I stamped our greeting on there, and the greeting is coming from Timeless Arrangements, and it has a great set of dies with it. I'm going to do another card for you maybe next week using this set. But the the sentiment is coming from here. So that's where that came from. But I'm going to go ahead and do this first. And I'm not even going to tape this down since I've got a pretty big piece of cardstock. And the cardstock I'm using is wild wheat. I have another name for it, but I won't go there today. Just think of babies, and maybe that'll give you a little hint. Okay, so when that is cut out, it looks like this. There's a little line here that's the fold line, and I am going to use some of our liquid adhesive for this. Y'all, I am loving my glass mat. This is offered with our celebration. It's a special that when you pick $99 worth of goods for your starter kit, you can get this for free. It's a $60 value, and it has a grid up sideways and on the bottom. And then it has the metric numbers at the top and on the right. But anyway, you can glue on here. You can, sometimes I'll put a piece of paper just to, so that it doesn't get glue and stuff on it. But it wipes off easily. It's easy to clean and easy to use. Okay, now I am going to fold this little guy. Oops, I should have folded it before I put on the glue. So that's a hint for you. Okay, so I'm going to fold right there, and we're going to hope that when I punch the holes, they come out right there. I am using a 1/8 inch hole punch that was my dad's, so this is a real antique. And if you don't have one, you can use the hole punch from this little die. But I find it's easier just to do this, and we're going to see how good I am. And it's not going to show on both sides unless you use it as a gift card. So let me get it angled. Let's see. Right there. Okay, and well, I was almost there, but we're not going to worry about that. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is put the little sentiment right there, and I'm just going to use our stamp and seal. Always have to think about that name. There. Yeah, you can see I got this off just slightly. Okay, so there you have that. But the main thing I wanted to show you is the way the bow works. Okay, too much on my desk. All right, I'm going to bring this over. You're going to get a little glare, but I need to see. It's dark today. What you need to do is get your bone folder. And you can curl it just like you do ribbon. Just give it a little bend. And then I used glue dots for this. And I put one glue dot on this end and one on the other end. Now, I'm just going to fold this to the middle, right there, and then use this one right there. And then you can kind of do your little bow. If you have a little narrow pencil, or that might work. Okay, that'll kind of round it out. If you've got a little pen or pencil, that'll work. And that makes it a little fluffier. Okay, that's going to go here, but we need to put the little ribbon that I cut out. Okay, now you can either put a glue dot and put it right here and just cut that off, or you can do it the way it was meant to be, which, so your little ribbon is going to hang down like that. So what I'm going to do is put, let's see, need to start it on the back side. Let's put a little glue dot there. Okay, it didn't come off. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to start on the back so that I'm putting it right there. And then I'm going to roll it once, twice. And there you have the little cover where the bow looks like it's been, it made that little knot. And then I'm going to stick another glue dot right here. Okay, that makes your bow. And on my sample, I put it up a little bit too high and you can't really see the love you. So I'm going to put it down just a bit. And again, I'm going to use glue dots on this. I think it's going to be easier just to pull them off and stick them. And put one on the other side. And you can even put one for the little ribbon just to give it a little more stability. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to put it right down here at the bottom. Now you could have put it up at the top, but I'm going to put a little piece of linen thread if I brought it over here. And let me see, I'm going to go back in and just tidy those up a little bit. Okay, so look how cute that is. And you've got that. So let's put our little, oops. There we go. And if you mess up like I did there, just take your paper snips and snip that off. Okay, that looks better. So push your card down in. Come on. Should go down all the way. Maybe hitting. Okay, there it goes. All right, and then that's going to go there. That is not going down all the way. Let me see if it did it on this one. Nope. Okay. So if you had something you wanted to put in here, one of those little square candies or something, then you could fold it over like that and put, I think I have some linen thread somewhere, but I don't seem to have it where I can see it. So I am just going to do it like that and just pretend that we put a little linen thread through there. And there's your little gift card holder. Now, another thing you can do, and I got started on this and didn't quite get finished before I was running a few minutes late, but I took, let me show you the paper. This is a celebration item, a $50 celebration item, and it's found in the celebration brochure on page. There's some gorgeous paper in here. It's called Soft and Softly Stippled, and it's on page, I damaged my book, page 8. Okay, now you can see that some other samples they've used with the paper that makes it real cute. But anyway, they're the colors that are used are Calypso Coral, the pink, Lost Lagoon, which was what I used for the bow, the Pebbled Path, which is a gray that you see in here, Pool Party, and Wild Wheat, or what I like to call it, baby, whatever. Okay, now what I got started doing and didn't quite finish for you was I decided that I wanted to make a little decoration on the front. So what I did, I took the little pocket die and I just cut out this part. Now when you go to cut it out, this is a fold line. So I just got it close to the edge and then I just trimmed off if it went past that. So you can do your little thing on the front like this. And I used some of the other paper that I didn't show you what all was in here. Got some really pretty, I love that one, and that's the piece I used for the front. But I wanted to stay with the theme of the scalloped edge. And I was looking at my dies, and I pulled out the deckled, which are, you know, if you've seen those dies, they're a little rough around the edges, so it's not the one that I thought would do the best. The one that I picked for this were the scallop dies. And I picked the second from the largest and cut that out. I also put a piece of the designer paper inside. Now, to save time, remember that because you're cutting the designer series paper and it's thinner than cardstock, I cut both of these pieces at the same time. Well, then I had the square edges, and I decided I wanted to bring in the wild wheat color again. And so I got out, now this was a punch that we had a few years ago, but you can use any corner rounder punch. And this one was called Detail Trio, and it has the little corner rounder there. It has a little oval circle there and a little decorative edge. And I could have used any of those, but I chose to use just the corner rounder. And I did both the card base, even the edges here, and the layer underneath. And then you can put that there. Or, like I said, you could use the, if I had done this on the other side, I think it would have done better. But anyway, you can do that with your little saying and your bow and just have one layer there. And then adhere your little card with the, here it is. That's my gambling card from when I went to Phoenix. Okay, so it can be like that, or you can just do like this and put a little note inside. Better to have a flat bow for that. I think this would do better on the front, and maybe you could put just a little piece on the inside with your another sentiment if you wanted to. But anyway, I just wanted to give you some ideas on what you could use the little mini pocket envelope dies for. And if you come up with some ideas, I'd love to see them. Please share them. And that way we can all case each other's and come out with some good ideas. So I'm just going to put this on the front. Since this is popped up, I'm going to go ahead and use dimensionals. And I grabbed my mini, so I'm just going to cut around the edge there. And put this on the back. And I'm going to peel those off and just stick that there. And isn't that cute? I just think that's adorable. So the dies are $29 and they're 10 pieces. And I will let you know where you can find those. The ink I used on the wild wheat was the Lost Lagoon. So, show me your ideas. I would love to see them. And I hope you have enjoyed this edition. Come back and see me next week. I love y'all being with y'all and y'all being with me. So take care. Love you, and I hope to see you next week.